It gives me great pleasure to welcome you here this evening. In a few minutes, we'll be welcoming the Chicopee Academy class of 2025. Please refrain from using air horns. We ask that you put your cell phones on silent and refrain from side conversations. We do welcome photographs. Later in the ceremony, when graduates are announced, guests are welcome to approach the front row to take pictures of your graduate. In a few minutes, the processional music will begin. Please stand as our Chicopee Academy educators lead the graduating class of 2025.
Are you ready to go? Let's do it. I'm ready if you're ready to go. Wait, no, you are not standing. We're playing. One time here. Okay.
Am I saying please rise again? Please remain standing as the Chicopee High School Air Force Junior ROTC presents the colors and the Chicopee High School Band performs the Star-Spangled Banner. Thank you. You may be seated. I would now like to welcome Mayor View to the podium to welcome you to today's services.
Thank you. Good evening, Trailblazers. How you feeling right now? Good. It's a beautiful night in Chicopee, and I'm deeply honored to bring the greetings of the city and extend my heartfelt congratulations to the Chicopee Academy class of 2025. How about a round of applause for them? I want to thank you for allowing me to share in this incredible milestone, a moment that will stay with you forever. I know that mine did. I'll never forget my high school graduation. Today is more than a celebration of diplomas. It's a celebration of resilience, dedication, and the unbreakable spirit that brought you to where you are right now. Let's take a moment to honor the people who helped you get there along the way. Your family, your friends, your teachers, your advisors, and the entire Chicopee Academy staff. And of course, a special thank you to Principal Valancourt, Vice Principal Hogan, and Vice Principal Nato, whose leadership and support made a lasting impact on you. Let me share a quote from a great author, Ray Bradbury. Love what you do and do what you love. Don't listen to anyone else tell you not to do it. Don't listen to anyone tell you not to do it. And if you do what you love, imagination should be the center of your life. Let those words remind you that passion and imagination are powerful tools. Use them often. Since becoming mayor, it's one of my greatest joys is connecting with students just like you. As you begin this next chapter in your lives, I want to share and offer a few thoughts. One, most importantly, is have pride. Have pride in yourself, your heritage, and your journey, and in your Chicopee Academy roots and that immediate little family that you've created right here. That pride is power. Be productive, show up, work hard, make things happen. You've already proven to everybody that you can do that. And most importantly, be yourself. Be authentic. Bring your whole authentic self into every single thing you do. As the Boston Celtics star Jason Tatum once said, you have to have confidence in yourself before anyone else will. Let me repeat that. You have to have confidence in yourself before anyone else will. Believe in yourself. That quiet, steady confidence is the foundation of every success that you will achieve. Let me say that again. That quiet, steady confidence is the foundation of every success that you will achieve. So, class of 2025, celebrate this day, cherish your journey, and take on what's next with courage and conviction. May God bless you and guide you. May your future be bright. And Chicopee is cheering you on every single step of the way. Chicopee is for your ever home. Never forget that. We're very proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor View. Next, I would like to welcome the Superintendent of Chicopee Public Schools, Dr. Ware, to the podium to address the 2025 class and our guests.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. You know, dzień dobry, buona tarde. Like, we are all here, right? We're here. I see people laughing. I know we're here. So let's do this again. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Right? You want them to show up, right? For you? To know that you're here for you? All right. So I'm your superintendent, Dr. Ware. Thank you so much for welcoming to the podium. I'm honored to be here this evening to celebrate my second Chicopee Academy graduation, led by this awesome administration team, Principal Valancourt, Vice Principal Hogan, and Vice Principal Nato. And I know he walked in very quietly. Mr. Johnson's here too, so he's a part of this team as well. Of course, I would be remiss if I didn't thank the staff who've led you, as well as some of our city officials who are here this evening, 3 of our school committee members. We have Dr. McCarthy, we have Mr. Lamoth, and we have Mrs. Schofield, all sitting in the front row. as well as our city councilor, Sam Shumsky. Thank you for being here this evening. All right. Students, you ready to graduate? You sure you don't want more cafeteria food? You sure? You don't want us to get the phones, nothing like that? Y'all ready? Y'all done, right? All right, so let's get through this and then we can have some fun as you become a continued young adult in the world. So good evening to our families and friends and staff, and most importantly to all of you, class of 2025. Today we honor 18 students. Even if they're not here and present, there are 18 students who have persevered, adapted, and grown in ways that textbooks alone could never measure. You stand here today not just as graduates, but as proof that determination, time, and belief can change the course of your life. Let's break it down for a moment. There are about 180 school days in the year, and I say 180 because there's contract, but depending if you don't come a couple of days, maybe it's 175. Multiply that by 12 years, and you get roughly about 2,160 days. That's the average career of someone who goes through first grade through 12th grade. Now, take that number and multiply it by the average school day. You're here about 6 hours, and you have about 12,960 hours you spent in school. That's how much time you spent engaging in learning, whether it was reading, solving equations, navigating social changes or challenges, discovering who you are, or learning how to bounce back. That number is powerful, and it connects directly to an idea that I have for you by the author Malcolm Gladwell, who talks about mastery. He says that in order to master something, whether it's playing the violin, becoming a professional athlete, or developing a skill, it takes roughly 10,000 hours. If you can do that happy math, you'll see that you've already surpassed that. Here's the incredible part. That means you are not at the beginning of your journey towards mastery, you are well into it. Here's the twist. What you've been practicing all these years is not just about math. It's not just about science, not just about thinking or writing and reading. You've been practicing how to get through life. You've been building your emotional intelligence, your resilience, and your ability to collaborate, and your sense of self. In fact, the greatest thing you've been mastering is something we rarely give enough credit to, the art of just being a good human. Navigating your emotions, growing through your mistakes, connecting with others, and standing back up when life knocks you down. That is the epitome of a trailblazer. So when we talk about Gladwell's 10,000 hours, let's not limit it to a perfect skill or chasing perfection. Let's expand it to what really matters, becoming the kind of person who's self-aware, adaptable, kind, and unafraid to start new beginnings. In this world, a world that's always shifting, that is true mastery. And here's another truth we don't give you enough credit for. If you haven't figured out yet, this thing called adulthood, we're big kids, all of us as adults. We're just big kids dressed differently, with different roles, different titles. And speaking more formally, we're here to guide your path. Interestingly enough, you've entered your young adulthood, and you probably are thinking to yourself, I don't have it figured out. I have some questions. I have a question about that teacher who said that. Those are all normal things to ponder. The difference is you're starting your careers with more tools than any of us had. I want to really emphasize that. We've already gone through school, but school was different. The world was different. You're entering the world where you've had to learn tools at a super fast speed to navigate life and to get through this accomplishment, which is graduation. So as you walk across the stage today, take your time. Y'all hear me? I'm talking to you. When you walk across the stage today, take your time, because your family's going to act up. They are. They're going to hoot and holler. They're going to cry and say, that's my baby. Let them. That's going to happen. I know he did this, but it's true. You've done the hard part already. Now it's your job to keep going, to keep learning, to keep growing, keep mastering the things that truly matter to you. We've given you the tools because this world needs your voice. The world needs your compassion, and the world needs your story. Congratulations to each and every one of you. You've already begun mastering life, and the best is yet to come. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Ware. We appreciate your welcome and well wishes. At this time, I welcome Chicopee Academy Principal Lori Valancourt to the podium.
Good evening again, and another warm welcome. Tonight we're honoring our graduates and the many people who helped them reach this moment. So to our families, our caregivers, the siblings who are here, the grandparents and the mentors, and all of the friends, thank you for joining us. And to our district leaders, our school committee members, Mayor View, Superintendent Ware, and our superintendent assistants, Ms. Cruiser and Ms. Belleville, and our own vice principals, Mr. Nato and Ms. Hogan, we welcome you and thank you. Most importantly, I want to welcome the passionate Chicopee Academy educators who are all right here, who dedicated themselves to nurturing the minds and the souls of today's graduates. As a part of their end-of-the-year reflections, we asked our seniors to share what they have learned. Here are just a few pieces of what they offered. So Michaela Rodriguez shared, "Well, I learned that I'm powerful and I can do anything that I set my mind to." She said, "I learned not to let anger get in my head because I am better than that." Luis Ocasio said, "Sometimes it's best to take a second to think and to breathe." Michael Ryder, he said, "I learned that I will make friends every step of the way." Scott Huckalo reminded us all how far consistency can take you with his advice. Just get your stuff done. And finally, Matthew Wolf shared a simple but powerful truth from his K through 12 journey. He says, "We are never really alone." So thank you, students, for sharing your wisdom. But tonight, I don't want to focus on what we have taught you, but I want to focus on what you have taught us. So first, we believe you when you say, be yourself and be unique. You've reminded us that strength is in standing out. Whether through your voice, your creativity, your courage, you have shown us that authenticity is a form of leadership. You have taught us that being different is not something to hide. It's something to lean into. Secondly, we have learned from you to ask why. As Chicopee Academy students, you have never accepted the status quo just because it's how it's always been done. Your curiosity, your challenges, your insistence on understanding the why behind everything, that's what pushes things forward. That's what creates change. And really, that's what being a trailblazer is all about. Daring to be yourself, refusing to follow the path just because it's already there. Instead, you question it, you shape it, or you make a new one. So thank you for the lessons, carry them with you, and keep being a trailblazer. In just a few moments, you're going to hear from the most important speakers who have walked beside you, have witnessed your growth, and who have cheered you on through every triumph and challenge. We're celebrating 18 of you today. Each student has selected a staff member who has played an important and meaningful role in their journey, who will speak on your behalf. 13 of the graduates at Chicopee Academy attended our Grad Track program. This is an accelerated learning pathway designed to help students reach their high school graduation goals. These students were guided by Ms. Hogan, their graduation coach and vice principal. She will speak on behalf of 8 of these Grad Track students. We're going to start first with Ms. Sweener, who will recognize student Luis Ocasio.
Good evening. Good evening, friends, caregivers, and our graduating class of 2025. It is an honor to stand here today to celebrate a truly remarkable young man, Luis Ocasio. Though Luis has only been with us at Chicopee Academy High School for 1 year, his impact has been profound and unforgettable. Luis is a person of unwavering determination. His stubbornness isn't a flaw, but a testament to his resilience and commitment. When he sets his mind to something, there's no obstacle too big, no challenge too daunting. His strength both inner and outer, shines through in everything he does. As his cosmetology teacher, I have had the privilege to witness firsthand his dedication. Louis approaches his work with focus and perseverance. Always eager to learn and improve, he embodies the spirit of can-do, a young man who believes in himself and encourages others to do the same. Louis, your journey here may have been brief, but your strength and stubbornness will carry you far behind these halls. Keep believing in yourself, stay true to your determination, and remember that with that mindset, you can accomplish anything you set your heart on. Congratulations on your graduation, Louis. The future is yours. Go out and make it extraordinary. Thank you. I would like to welcome Vice Principal and former grad track teacher, Vice Principal Andrea Hogan.
Wow. Let's give a nice round of applause for class of 2025. Tonight I want to share with you the remarkable journey of a young woman whose story embodies resilience, self-discovery, and the courage to speak her truth. Our graduate, Jalen. Jalen was one of the original 8 grad track students, and she didn't arrive with enthusiasm. The transition from Chicopee High to Chicopee Academy wasn't her choice, and she made sure we all knew it. Her words direct and unfiltered. I don't want to be here. That's Jalen, forthright and genuine, someone who speaks her mind without hesitation. While that candor occasionally landed her in challenging conversations, it's also the quality that makes her real. What makes Jalen special isn't just her outspokenness, but what happens afterward, her remarkable capacity for self-reflection. There were moments when we'd sit after a difficult day, and I'd watch as frustration transformed into insight. Jalen possesses the rare ability to take a step back, to evaluate her actions, and own her part in any situation. I shouldn't have said that, she would admit, or I get why that didn't work. That accountability is the quality that many adults never achieve. One of Jalen's most profound beliefs is that things happen for a reason. It's a philosophy she's mentioned often during our conversations. What began as a reluctant acceptance of her placement at Chicopee Academy gradually evolved into understanding. I watched as realization dawned in her eyes over months of progress. This wasn't a detour in her education, it was indeed her path forward. Maybe I needed to be here, she said to me one afternoon while completing her college application. Maybe this was my way out all along. That moment of clarity marked a turning point. Jalen began to see Chicopee Academy not as something that happened to her, but as an opportunity she could seize. Jalen, as you sit here tonight in your cap and gown, I hope you recognize the magnitude of your achievement. Your journey wasn't just about earning credits or completing assignments. It was about discovering the resilience, your voice, and your capacity to transform challenges into opportunities. The world needs more people like you, people who speak honestly, reflect deeply, and persevere relentlessly. Your willingness to face reality, to adapt when necessary, and to keep moving forward will serve you well beyond your school years. Remember that same determination that brought you to this graduation stage will carry you through whatever comes next. Your belief that things happen for a reason has been validated by your success here tonight. Trust that belief as you continue forward. Congratulations, Jalen. You did it, the class of 2025. Next, I would like to welcome Chicopee High School teacher, Miss Jessica Major, who will speak on behalf of Yadalise Guzman. Thank you.
I'm here tonight to speak on behalf of Yadi. I first met Yadi when she was a 9th grade student in my Algebra 1 class. Though Yadi and I had our ups and downs, which ended up in me crying a lot that first week during the year of math, I was able to watch Yadi overcome multiple hurdles that were thrown her way. Over the last 4 years, Yadi has become not only a student I knew I could trust, but a student I looked forward to seeing around our school building. She would always go out of her way to check in with me, tell me about how she was doing, and update me on how her life was going. When the decision was made that Yadi would be going to the academy, I knew it was the best thing for her. She would be able to focus, she would be able to graduate, and she would be able to achieve her goals. Yadi, I'm so proud of you for completing your high school degree. Continue to show the world your fearlessness. Never let anyone tell you are not capable of pursuing your goals. And above all else, never steer away from who you are. Congratulations. Please welcome Chicopee Academy teacher, Ms. Christine Sullivan, to speak on behalf of Juan Salas.
Good evening. I am Christine Sullivan, and I've had the pleasure of being a special ed teacher at Chicopee Academy for 22 years. I'm grateful to have this opportunity to wish the entire class of 2025 a sincere congratulations. I am humbled to have been asked by one of our graduates, Juan Salas, to speak in his honor. Juan, you started the academy as a middle schooler. Your transition to high school was graceful and impressive. As an underclassman, you were quiet and never got into trouble. And I mean never got into trouble. You always completed your work, even when you lacked the confidence in yourself. I remember how you would come to me after every math problem to make sure you were doing it correctly, even though you were usually doing just fine. Then there was the MCAS. Juan, those tests stressed you out. You would say to me, "Miss, I'm never going to pass those tests." I'm so proud to share that you passed all of your MCAS tests. You started to come out of your shell a bit junior year, more talkative to the peers in your class, more social in the hallways, and I began to notice how you needed a little bit more redirection. I used to be able to just give you the look, and you would set yourself back straight. But then, as you became more and more comfortable with me, a first warning was required. Then you would reply, "Okay, miss, okay, I'm done." With that smile on your face was such a big, heartwarming smile that said so much more than words can describe. Nearing the end of your junior year, that unfortunate incident happened which caused you to not want to return to school. I was determined to have you finish out the year and earn all your credits. With the help of your mom, we made sure you completed all your schoolwork to finish out the school year. Juan entered his senior year needing only 2.5 credits. Wow. You used your spare time helping out the teaching you were a teaching assistant to the gym teacher for middle school, and you were also able to be dismissed early. By November, your credits were earned and you were able to leave the academy. That letter you typed me thanking me for not letting you drop out and helping you achieve your diploma brought me to tears. I told you then I couldn't wait to see you walk across that stage at your graduation, and now that time is here. You did it. Juan, you will forever hold a special place in my heart, and I wish you nothing but the best in life. Vice Principal Andrea Hogan will now speak on behalf of Elmari Abalo.
Ellie entered Chicopee Academy as a young woman who immediately stood out, not just for her impeccable fashion sense, but for the determined spark in her eyes. Anyone who knows Ellie knows that she approaches life with both style and substance. Her outfits weren't just clothes, they were a reflection of her creative spirit and her commitment to presenting her best self to the world every single day. What truly sets Ellie apart is her firm commitment to succeed. Beyond that sassy yet lovable personality is a young woman with an unstoppable drive. Even on the toughest days, when obstacles seemed insurmountable, Ellie's resolve never wavered. Her infectious love for life and authentic approach to every situation has inspired not just her peers, but all of us who have had the privilege of working with her. I remember those early days clearly when we first met. Ellie would give me this look, a look that asked so many questions without saying a word. Could she trust me? Was I just another adult making promises I couldn't keep? Was the story I was telling about her future really even possible? Ellie was understandably hesitant to build a relationship with me at first, but eventually we formed a tight bond. Yes, there were times when she'd get frustrated with me for tracking her down when she wasn't in the right class, or when I'd push her to do something she didn't want to do. But I would always remind her, though it seems hard now, Ellie, it'll all be worth it when you walk across that stage and receive your high school diploma on June 4th, 2025. Well, Ellie, here we are. That night has finally come, and you did this. No one else. It was you who stayed up those late nights and emailed me questions at 1 a.m. And yes, she absolutely did, and I always answered, because I meant it when I said that if you're emailing me at that hour, it must be important to you. Through all your ups and downs, everything we talked about on day one has come true. Tonight, you earned your high school diploma that you've worked so hard for, that you have fought for. Your family is incredibly proud of you. Chicopee Academy is proud of you. I am extremely proud of you, but most importantly, you should be proud of yourself. This is your biggest accomplishment thus far, but it's just the beginning. Look out, world. Here comes Ellie, ready to make her mark with grace, determination, and that signature style we've all come to love. Go do greatness. Your next chapter is just beginning as you start college in the fall in September, studying health sciences, later to transfer to radiology. I can't wait to see how you shape a kinder, more beautiful world. Congratulations, Ellie. You did it. Now I'd like to introduce Chicopee High School Vice Principal Kimberly Dion to speak on behalf of Elena Galarza.
Good evening, everyone. There are many stories of perseverance in this graduating class, but tonight I want to share one that's especially close to my heart, Elena's. When Elena and I first met, we didn't exactly see eye to eye. I'll admit I annoyed her more than once, especially when I held her accountable or reminded her of the rules. There were good days, and there were tough ones. But one thing about Elena, even on the hard days, she always showed up. And somehow, no matter how frustrated we both may have felt, we always managed to talk it out. When the time came to consider an alternative path, Elena was hesitant, and I got it. Change is hard, especially when it feels like you're being asked to leave something behind. But I saw her potential and knew that the Academy could offer her the time and space she needed to catch up and move forward. I knew she could do it, even if she wasn't sure just yet. And she proved me right. Elena has grown into someone I am incredibly proud of. She's shown resilience, maturity, and quite a strength that's hard to miss. Elena, congratulations. I hope you know how proud I am, not just because you're graduating, but because of the journey you took to get here. Keep showing up for yourself the way you always have. The future is yours, and I can't wait to see what you do with it. Thank you for allowing me to speak on your behalf. I now ask Vice Principal Andrea Hogan. She'll rejoin us to speak for Crystal Barilakis. I hope I said that right.
Thank you. Tonight I have the distinct pleasure of speaking about a remarkable young woman, Crystal. When we first met in August, I saw someone who wasn't quite sure about this new chapter at Chicopee Academy. She was honest about it. School wasn't her favorite place to be, but she had her eye on one important goal, and that was graduation. Crystal, I remember those early days when you'd miss the bus and we'd send someone to pick you up because we believed in you that much. I also remember the class periods where you would go missing, but we would find you in the cosmetology room, perfecting your craft. The cosmetology skills you've developed, combined with your perseverance and that beautiful spirit of yours, are going to take you places that you've only dreamed of. There was a brief moment when you started to drift away from school, and my heart felt it. But that's when your true character shone through. Through our conversations, through your willingness to listen and to push forward, and through your remarkable resilience, you found your way back to Chicopee Academy. And once you locked in, oh my goodness, there was no stopping you. You completed all your classes by November of 2024. That's not just impressive, that's extraordinary. Tonight, Crystal, we light the flame, a tradition that symbolizes so much more than graduation. This flame represents your potential, your passion, and your power to illuminate your own path forward. What you do with this light is entirely up to you. You can use it to brighten the darkest rooms, to spark change in your community, or to ignite inspiration in others, just as you've inspired us. So Crystal, on this 4th day of June, 2025, as you stand here ready to take on the world, remember this. You've already proven you can overcome doubts, push through challenges, and emerge even stronger. The world is truly yours now. Go get it, girl. Your flame is lit, and we can't wait to see how brightly you shine. Congratulations, Crystal. This is your moment, and make it count. Please join me in welcoming Chicopee Comprehensive Teacher, Ms. Jennifer Provost, to speak on behalf of Awesome Mahdi.
Good evening. I've thought a lot about how to use my brief 90 seconds, and I realize that not only is it not enough time, but also that it's okay. Because I'd really rather keep all of those memories of awesome, both good and bad, to myself for those days when I, as a teacher, need that little something to make me smile or laugh to get through those tough days. Awesome's memories will do just that for me. I will, however, mention Awesome's workbook, not in a negative way, but rather in a positive way, because that workbook, which still sits in my classroom filled with incomplete assignments, once stood as a symbol of struggles, and there were many. But it now, ironically, stands for a symbol of accomplishment, because Awesome has done so much more work than could have ever been in those pages in that workbook. That brings us to today, so let's focus on today. It's his day. My dear Awesome, your name describes you perfectly. AHSEM. Aspiring, honest, strong, empathetic, and motivated. Truly awesome. I have always known you can do anything you set out to do, and I have always believed in you. You've proved me right and many others wrong. I'm not surprised you accomplished this. I told you you could, and I told you you would, and you did. I cannot express that enough. I'm honored to have been your teacher. Thank you for allowing me to speak today, and thank you for valuing yourself enough to accomplish this. So Awesome. Go get the life you dream of and so deserve. Oh, and don't be late.
Thank you.
Next, we'd like to welcome Vice Principal Andrea Hogan again.
It is my distinct pleasure to speak about one of our graduating seniors, Jason Blanton. Some students leave an indelible mark on your heart as educators, and Jason is undoubtedly one of those students. From day one, Jason's determination was evident in ways both big and small, whether it meant taking the city bus, calling an Uber, or finding any way possible to get to school. Jason made it every single day. This wasn't just about showing up, it was about his unwavering commitment to his future. What truly sets Jason apart is his maturity and self-awareness. He would often become frustrated when classroom disruptions prevented him from concentrating, not out of anger, but because he understood the value of every minute of learning time. He developed a practical solution, working with his teachers to complete his assignments in the grad track room, where he could focus fully on his studies. Jason's growth and maturity has been nothing short of remarkable. He transformed from a student who was okay with just doing into someone who refused to settle for anything less than his best. He took ownership of his education in ways that continually impressed us, emailing when he needed clarification, reaching out for support when concepts challenged him, and regularly checking his progress towards graduation. Throughout his journey, one motivation has remained constant: his desire to make his mother proud. Jason, I want you to know that not only have you made your mother proud, but you have also made everyone at Chicopee Academy proud. You see, Jason represents why we as educators get up every morning. He shows us that with the right mindset, support, determination, transformation is possible. He proves that it's never too late to change your story. To the younger students watching here today, look at Jason as an example. Notice his unfailing politeness, his respect for others, and most importantly, his determination to succeed despite any obstacles. These qualities aren't just about graduating high school. They're about building character that will serve you throughout your life. Jason, you've proven that nothing can stop you when you set your mind to it. You came to us as a student, but you leave us as an inspiration, a testament to the power of personal transformation and dedication. Your journey reminds us that success isn't about where you start, but about the choices you make along the way. Congratulations, Jason. You did it. Next, it's my honor to introduce Mr. Ben Bolke, a teacher from Chicopee Academy, who will speak on behalf of Michaela Rodriguez.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Ben Bolke, and this is my 6th year as the physical education teacher at Chicopee Academy. Before I introduce our next graduate, I would like to congratulate the entire graduating class of Chicopee Academy. Although we have all been here to help you along the way, it was your own hard work and dedication that led you to this great accomplishment. I am proud of all of you. Today, we have the distinguished honor of recognizing Michaela Rodriguez. Michaela came to our school in the fall of 2023 and immediately made her presence known. It was clear to anyone that had the privilege of having Michaela in class or even passing her in the hall that she has a big personality and was not going to be just any other student. Michaela is not shy and does not have a problem with telling you her opinion. It is important to listen because she just may be right. Michaela very quickly went from a new student at Chicopee Academy to someone who represents Chicopee Academy. By mid-year, her transformation, as well as our school's transformation for that matter, were well underway. Michaela earned the role of being one of our first tour guides for the incoming students for the 3rd term. It was during this time that you could see Michaela's excitement to show others all the things that the Academy has to offer. Whether she knew it or not, it seemed to me that she was proud to show others what she was a part of and what she was helping to build. Michaela has always been an advocate for herself and for her peers. She wants fairness and respect and what is best for herself and for others. She learned the power of positivity and the influence that it can have on others. Most importantly, she found the power that positivity can have on yourself. Michaela is always someone who is there for her peers in times of need, and especially when things get stressful. She has the ability to stay calm and offer advice when it is needed, especially to some of the younger students at our school. It is almost as if you were once in their shoes, too. Michaela's desire to help others is going to continue beyond the halls of Chicopee Academy, as she has been accepted into the social work program at STIC and is looking forward to starting there soon. Michaela, there will always be a place for you at Chicopee Academy, and on behalf of all of us, congratulations. And we will once again invite Vice Principal Andrea Hogan up to the stage. Thank you.
When we first heard about Jaden, we were told he wouldn't graduate this year due to his deficit in his credits. But at Chicopee Academy, we saw something different. We saw potential, determination, a young man who just needed someone to believe in him. You see, at Chicopee Academy, we don't just see students. We see future success stories waiting to unfold. As your graduate coordinator, I watched in amazement as the data showed Jaden logging in at 12:30 a.m., 3 a.m., 6 a.m., working for hours when most people were still asleep. That's what dedication looks like. While others saw obstacles, Jaden saw opportunities. While others counted him out, he was counting the hours he could put into work, proving that success isn't about when you start, it's about how determined you are to finish. I'll never forget the email Jaden sent us, thanking us for giving him a second chance. I specifically remember the email he sent over holiday break. He shared that his mother was so proud of him more than ever before, that he would be the first son in his family to graduate high school. That moment, Jaden, it wasn't just about academic achievement. It was about family legacy, about showing your siblings and future generations that dreams are achievable when hard work and determination is put forth. To the family members here tonight of Jaden, especially Jaden's mom, thank you for your support, your encouragement, and never giving up on your son's dreams. The pride you feel tonight is well-deserved, and the joy in your heart is a reflection of Jaden's determination and your unwavering support and love. When he thanked me for my support, I reminded him that while I could encourage and motivate, it was his hard work, it was his commitment, and his belief in himself that made this achievement possible. You see, that's the beauty of education. Teachers can open doors, but students must choose to walk through them. To the young man who worked through the night, who never gave up, who made his mother prouder than ever, you did it, Jaden. And let me tell you something. Your graduation isn't just an ending. It's a beginning. It's a start of a new chapter filled with endless possibilities and opportunities. Remember this moment, Jaden. Remember how it feels to accomplish something others said you couldn't. Let this achievement be the first of many in your life. And let your story be a beacon of hope for others who might be struggling to find their path. Congratulations, Jaden. You've made Chicopee Academy proud. You've made your family proud. But most importantly, you've made yourself proud. Your future is bright, and we can't wait to see what you achieve next. Congratulations. I would like now to switch gears and speak a little bit about Josiah de Jesus. When Josiah first walked through the doors of Chicopee Academy, I saw a man filled with uncertainty. I remember our early conversations, the hesitation in your voice. I remember the questioning looks, wondering if this was the right path for him. But beneath that uncertainty laid a man who proves to be the greatest when it came to strength. One of the most inspiring aspects of Josiah's character is the deep love and respect he holds for his mother. In our conversations, his face would light up whenever talking about her, and it became clear that his drive to succeed wasn't just for himself. It was also to make her proud. This speaks volumes about the kind of person Josiah is: devoted, caring, and always thinking of others. As I've watched him mature over these months, I've seen him grow into a young man who carries himself with quiet confidence. His politeness and respect towards others never altered, even during challenging times. He's become known as someone who looks out for his fellow students, a protective presence who helps create a positive environment for everyone around him. Josiah's interests are diverse as his talents, whether he's talking about his plans for college, his passion for barbering, or his fascination with auto mechanic. His eyes spark with possibility. This openness to different paths shows wisdom beyond his years, an understanding that success isn't about following a single road, but about being prepared to explore the many opportunities that life presents. Again, to the younger students watching today, look to Josiah as an example of what perseverance truly means. He showed us that it's okay to start with uncertainty, as long as you don't let that uncertainty define your journey. He demonstrated that with dedication and focus, you can defy any boundaries that stand in your way. Your journey has inspired not only your fellow classmates, but also those of us who had the privilege of guiding you along your way. You've reminded us why we chose this profession: to witness moments like this, where a student transforms into a leader, a role model, and definitely a success story. Congratulations, Josiah. We're all so incredibly proud of you. Please welcome Chicopee Academy teacher Sita Khanna, who will be acknowledging senior Jeremy Martinez.
Good evening. I have known Jeremy Martinez since 7th grade, when we went through the highs and lows of middle school and of adolescence. Many times I had to dangle carrots in the form of Jeremy's favorite snacks and treats to encourage him to work and to be on task. You remember that? But as the years went by, the carrots decreased and reflective communication increased. Through it all, we never gave up on each other. Like many middle schoolers, Jeremy always had money on his mind, and he wanted to work. It was an ongoing joke between the two of us that when he got his first salary, he would take me out for coffee. Moving forward last year, of course with his father's permission, his dad knew about it. Moving forward, he reminded me of his promise of taking me out. About a week later, I texted to his dad because Jeremy did no work for 2 days. He had his head on the desk. I texted to Dad and said, Jeremy isn't working, he's tired. So the next day he comes up, he walks up to me and says, you told my father I did no work and I had my head down. Isn't that messed up? I said, no, it's not. He's your dad, I have to let him know. He says, Miss Khanna, we just spoke last week about me taking you out. How can I take you out when you're complaining to my dad about me? And it's one of those very rare moments when a teacher doesn't have a fitting comeback for a student. We always have an answer, but this time I had none. And I just looked at him, I gave him a sheepish smile, and I said, yeah, you're right. He shook his head, smiled a little bit, and walked on. Jeremy has always had a very contained way of walking. He said, and he walked on. Nearly 2 years ago, you decided to join the Chicopee High School track team. I honestly didn't think you would go through with it. But you proved me wrong by showing up for practices and meets at Smith College. How proud I was of you. Many of our stimulating conversations in the last few years ranged from relationships, faith in the divine, and purpose of life. And through it all, I saw an emerging diamond-like soul that gleamed with purpose, with clarity, and with idealism. You are the first in your family, Jeremy, to graduate with a high school diploma, and your amazing parents, older brother and grandmother, who have come from Puerto Rico for this wonderful event, are the proudest. With their support and blessings, you have blossomed into a young man of integrity who has the ability to approach life with confidence and with resilience. You will never give up. The other word for life is growth or transformation, and you, Jeremy, have embodied it from year to year. No matter how tough your life or your day may be, always start with some positive thoughts, and these are the thoughts that I also share with myself. Everything is good and destined. I can handle more than I think I can. I have my help, my willpower, a kind heart, and a smile to lighten any heart. Happiness is my birthright, and there is no other choice or no other doubt. Happiness. God bless you, Jeremy. I would like to invite Vice Principal Andrea Hogan, who's now going to speak on behalf of Scott Hucalo. Thank you.
All right, Yadi. Tonight we celebrate the accomplishments of all of our graduates, but more than that, we celebrate the strength, the growth, the quiet determination behind each and every one of their stories. One of those stories belongs to Scott Hucalo. Scott didn't come to Chicopee Academy without hesitation and want. At first, he wasn't sure this was the right place for him. I remember meeting him with his grandmother and sensing that definite uncertainty. But even in that early meeting, there was a quiet strength in him, a presence that told me he had something special to offer and didn't even know it. After that conversation, he decided and made the decision to join us. And we are all so very glad and happy that he did. From the beginning, Scott carried himself with a quiet, polite demeanor, always respectful, always thoughtful. He never tried to draw attention to himself, but he didn't need to. His actions, his work ethic, and his character spoke volumes. I'll never forget when the conversation turned to his future. When I asked him what he wanted to do after graduation, Scott hesitated. He didn't say anything at first. It was actually his grandmother who mentioned it. Scott wanted to be a long-haul tractor-trailer driver. He seemed almost embarrassed, unsure of how I might respond. But I looked at him and I said, "Scott, that's an amazing, noble profession." I told him that my father-in-law is a retired long-haul truck driver and how well he did for his family through that career. Then I saw something shift in Scott's face. He cracked a smile, and for the first time, he really opened up about his goals, his plans, and how he's been working hard at a nursing home to save money for his license. He even told me he's planning to pick up more hours to get there faster. That moment meant something. It was a turning point, not just in our conversation, but in the way Scott saw his own path. He realized that his dream is nothing to be embarrassed about. It's something to be very proud of. Scott, your quiet strength has left a mark on Chicopee Academy. You have made your family proud. Most importantly, you have made yourself proud. You carry yourself with a humility that commands respect and a drive that will take you far, literally and figuratively. We believe in you, Scott. The road ahead is yours, and I have no doubt that you'll travel it with the same grace and determination you've shown us here. Congratulations, Scott. We're proud of you. At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. David Dale, who will be speaking on behalf of Coach and teacher, Mr. Justin Chartier, in honor of student Michael Ryder, Jr.
So I was very happy to see that this reading that I was going to be reading was going to be about football, because my students know that I do love football. I got a Dolphins, and in particular the Miami Dolphins. So I even wore my Dolphins tie for you, Mike. So if you're a Patriots fan, I'm sorry about that. So I just want to say one thing, though. One thing I noticed real quickly about Mike was that when I was working with him in grad track, is he is a team player, and that's something that you pick up, I think, from team sports, and it was very obvious. And so this is no surprise to me when I read this from what his coach said. When I first met Michael, I was ill-prepared to deal with his zany antics and his happy-go-lucky attitude. I met Michael as a freshman athlete at Chicopee Comprehensive when I had the pleasure and opportunity to coach him on the football gridiron. During the 3 years I coached and interacted with Mr. Ryder, it was apparent he was great at two things. One, putting a smile on everyone's faces, and two, executing difficult blocks on the offensive line as a center. Without fail, Mike would say outlandish comments or pose ridiculous questions at practice or inopportune times, which would only create more laughter and smiles among his teammates and coaches. I think his trait of being a perpetual and jovial injection of fun and laughter is what makes him great, a shining light of goofy but persistent positivity. What made him a pleasure to coach? His role of being an offensive lineman, a selfless and nameless position, made his on-field success that much sweeter. I truly enjoyed coaching him, both as a student of the game and as a player who worked tirelessly without recognition. In the future, I know two things will continue to be constant. Number one, whenever he ends up or whatever path he chooses to follow, he will be there making others laugh and smile. And number two, he will try his best to make an impact any way possible to shape the future environment around him. I believe that Mr. Ryder can be great and successful at whatever he chooses to put his mind to. His ability to persevere and fight through adversity is immeasurable. I wish nothing but the best for him in the future. Vice Principal Andrea Hogan will now speak on behalf of student Alexandra Martinez.
All right, last but definitely not least. When I first met Alex at Chicopee Comp in November of 2024, I saw a nervousness that was visible, but it couldn't overshadow that radiant smile, a smile that would become her signature throughout her time with us. Though hesitant to speak above a whisper in those early days, her eyes sparkled with possibility and unspoken dreams waiting to be realized. Alex stood at a crossroad, weighing a life-changing decision to join our grad track program at Chicopee Academy. That initial hesitation transformed into determination when she and her mother took the tour, marking the beginning of her success story. The nervous student who first toured our halls has blossomed into a focused, resilient young woman with clear goals and the determination to achieve them. Her sincerity never altered. Whether tackling weekend assignments or pushing through vacation studies, Alexandra remained authentically herself, honest about struggles, humble about achievements, and steadfast in her commitment to growth. Alex, you've shown us that quiet strength often speaks the loudest. Your journey from uncertainty to achievement reminds us that transformation doesn't always announce itself with fanfare. Sometimes it reveals itself in consistent effort, daily courage, and unwavering authenticity. As you step forward to the next chapter of your story, remember that the same quiet determination that brought you to the stage tonight will carry you through whatever challenges and opportunities await you. The path hasn't always been easy, but you've proven that you possess the strength to navigate life's complexities with grace. As you head off to college this fall to pursue a degree in health sciences with plans to transfer into radiology and ultimately specialize in sonography, know that you are stepping into a path where your compassion, resilience, and determination will make a meaningful difference in the lives of others. The journey ahead is bright, and it's only just beginning. Congratulations, Alex, class of 2025. Your journey inspires us all. At this time, I invite Honorable Mayor View to the podium to confer the graduates of the class of 2025.
Are you ready? As mayor of the city of Chicopee and chairman of the Chicopee School Committee pursuant to Mass General laws and the powers bestowed upon the Chicopee School Committee, I have the pleasure of announcing you graduates of Chicopee Academy class of 2025. Congratulations. You are now alumni of Chicopee Academy. Trailblazers, find those trails and blaze them. Thank you.
Okay, I just wanted to say one personal word, because this is a special class for me. For many of us, we started our journey 4 years ago at Chicopee High and ended it at Chicopee Academy, just like me. And some of you I had in class as students in my history class. Others I chased around the halls. And some of you I had in history class and I chased in the halls. So very special class, but all seriousness, I know the adversity that all of you have overcome to get to this milestone. And I'm incredibly proud of all of you. I mean that. So thank you, educators, for your warm and heartfelt student tributes. At this time, we will award diplomas to the class of 2025. Vice Principal Hogan, please take your place at the microphone. Will our mayor and superintendents please join us in the presentation of the diplomas?
El Marie Ruby Albello.
Congratulations, I'm very proud of you.
Crystal Alexandra Baracales.
Congratulations, I'm very proud of you.
Jason R. Blanton.
Congratulations, Jason, I'm proud of you.
Yadalise Coriano Guzman. Jaden DeJesus.
Congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Josiah DeJesus.
Congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Elena M. Galarza. Scott Francis Hucalo.
Congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Awesome Mahdi.
Congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Jeremy Martinez.
Congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Michaela Mariel Rodriguez.
Congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Luis Ocasio.
Congratulations, Louis, I'm proud of you.
Michael Ryder Jr.
Congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Juan Salas.
Juan, I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Alexandra Angelique Silverio Martinez.
Congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Jalen Elizabeth Tyson.
Congratulations, I'm proud of you.
Matthew J. Wolf. Once again, how about a nice round of applause for our class 2025. And finally, Principal Valancourt will now offer closing remarks and lead the class of 2025 in the ritual of the turning of the tassels.
All right, congratulations, class. Please stand. The class, yes, thank you. With this momentous occasion, you officially join the esteemed ranks of Chicopee Academy alumni. As a symbol of the milestone, I invite you to move your tassel from the right side of your caps to the left. Now, graduates. Okay, graduates, I want you to turn your hearts and your smiles towards those who have supported you along your journey. Okay. So this concludes our ceremony today, marking the completion of the graduation of 2025. Please rise as you are able for the retiring of the nation's colors by the Chicopee High School Air Force Junior ROTC. Graduates will then proceed out of the auditorium to meet guests in the courtyard for photos and mingling. All right, the colors are retired, so the band will speak. The band will lead the graduates in a processional.